Alrighty, welcome back to Let's Play Brave Fencer Musashi. It's time to get back into the depths of the restaurant and solve the Indiana Jones puzzle to send the ghouls to their grave. Do I do have to appraise this odd hat in this shield, which may help. So we'll do that. We're talking about old shows. We're talking about like old oh god, what is happening? Why do I have stick drift? Talking about old shows. We started talking about sitcoms, like 90s, 2000s sitcoms. And then we started talking about old Adult Swim. And now we're talking about Mystery Science Theater 3000. Because I got my dad a DVD of it. But yeah. I've been watching some of those old shows, and they really made me realize how bad kind of sitcoms and adult humor shows are today. Like, they don't really exist much anymore. They're more of, like I was saying, I think, like, especially with sitcoms, I think the new wave of sitcoms like Big Bang Theory kind of killed sitcoms because it was so mega popular, but then like died off because they ran out of ideas, and then no one really wanted to like compete with Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
So instead, all we got was like Young Sheldon, which in my opinion was terrible. And then Pie Plate. It might be fun to place it on top of your head. Frisbee. Okay, I think those are just for selling. But yeah, we've kind of gotten to just the storytelling or big epic series. But you know, on Netflix and Paramount and stuff, you have the original shows and you have movies, and then I feel like the sitcoms are kind of there just to fill out the space. But I don't know, I think sometimes they're like the best thing to watch, depending on if you grew up with them. Some of those shows are still so great, and honestly, they don't age as poorly as I thought they would. I've been watching Home Improvement, and there's definitely a couple moments where I'm like, ugh, couldn't say that today. But it's usually not in like bad taste. It's usually just, you know, times have changed kind of thing. It's also pretty funny to see like the technology back then. I think everyone's favorite example, if you've seen it before, there's a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode where Will comes in contact with this like super wealthy businessman, and he like takes him under his wing, and then Uncle Phil gets kind of jealous because he's interacting with this wealthy businessman instead of him. And at one point he comes home and he's got like this suit and a briefcase and and he's like, what's that in your hand? And he's like, this is a cellular telephone. And it's supposed to be like, whoa, he's got one of those. And it's like this big brick. And it's supposed to be him like showing off, but you're watching it and you're like, this is ridiculous. But there's plenty of great moments like that in Home Improvement too. Like, they get a brand new laptop and they're like explaining it, and it's pretty hilarious sounding because the boys are trying to explain it to the parents, and they're like, bro, it's got like 500 kilobytes of RAM, and they're like, what does that mean? And they're like, that means it's really powerful. You're like, no, it doesn't. And all the computers look like ThinkPads, if you remember those. Just big, thick The screen is like the size of like a tablet. Let me in.
Maybe I missed something.
You missed a lot of things.
Check.
I don't know what the heck I'm doing down here. So anyway, I really love those old sitcoms. Like I said, they age surprisingly well. I like the music down here. Also, our boy seems to have disappeared. Oh, there he is. Okay, I think I went in that door. I'm gonna try this door. So, last night, there was a, like, quote-unquote surprise state of play. And, it was pretty awesome, actually. There was a lot of cool stuff they announced. A couple things in particular I'm really excited for. I've said I'm really excited for the 007 game being made by the Hitman developers. I've been watching all the James Bond movies over the last couple of months, and so I'm really excited for that game coming out. There's also a brand new Castlevania game coming out. It's a 2D, seemingly like Metroidvania or just like exploration Castlevania, but it's big because it's the first mainline Castlevania game in like 12 years. I was looking at it, and the last like true just mainline Castlevania game, if you even count it, was Lords of Shadow 2 in 2012, I think. Or maybe it was 14. So, like 12 years ago was the last, and that's only if you include Lords of Shadow as like a mainline game, which it technically is, but yeah, everything since then has been either a collection or a like remaster or whatever. I'm guessing this just takes you back to the start. Yeah. So that's really cool. And then there was more Control Resonant stuff, which I said the trailer for Control Resonant was probably like my second favorite trailer ever. But the gameplay isn't looking as good as the trailer, so I hope it's actually better. There was announcement of a new Dead or Alive game is being made. Death Stranding 2 on PC. The big announcement was they're remaking God of War 1, 2, 3, which is, for me, amazing. The original God of War trilogy is like top 20 video games for me. I think I actually have it on my top 20 list. That was like my childhood, playing God of War 1, 2, and 3. Some of my favorite games ever. And I don't really know what a remake is going to be like. If it's going to be similar to those, or if they're going to just be like the original 3 games, but in the style of the new one. Like, it could be anything, honestly. We don't really know, because it's a complete remake, so. But it's still exciting. The whole, like, Greek story will be cool to see again. What am I supposed to do here? I gotta get some, like, jump ability at some point, because the other side had a jump I couldn't make as well, if I remember correctly. Also, looks like part of my body got cut off. So that's really cool. And then they also announced a new 2D God of War that released yesterday. They released it right after they announced it, so that's pretty cool. And it's like $30 on the store. And PlayStation Store is so terrible, it took me like 15 minutes to even find it. Shoutouts to the PlayStation Store. It was buried under like 20 AI slop games. So cool that even when they announce a new game, you can't find it because of all the AI slop. But it's totally making them money, guys. It's totally not a bad decision for their company to fill their store with AI slop. But yeah, that was cool. Ghost of Yotei. Legends is like a multiplayer Ghost of Yotei. It's like kind of like what's the Elden Ring game? I just forgot the name. Night something. Night Rain? Am I making that name up? Yeah, it's like a multiplayer Ghost of Yotei thing. Pretty cool. They also announced a John Wick game, which is pretty wild. They didn't show a ton of gameplay. They mostly showed a video, which doesn't really mean much, but it looks pretty sweet. Can't get the camera to look the right way. That sound effect. Cloth. Old sword. You seem important. 300 drans. Oh. And then they also announced Kenna 2, basically. Kenna Scars of Cosmora, which looked incredible. I was like blown away by that trailer. It looks like a AAA game. It looks huge. But Kenna was definitely an indie game. So that looked really cool. Ooh. Jam. Sounds like a Mega Man, or not Mega Man, Bomberman song. I gotta make sure I don't get poisoned. So I only have like 2 antidotes. Librarian Brisketta. Oh, have I been saved? Thank you very much. I am the castle librarian. Please come by and read some books if you'd like. Goodbye. So that probably unlocks one of those other section of books. This sounds like so alien. Or in like a ancient temple. What else? We got to see more of Marathon, which is kind of hilarious. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Marathon. Oh. Wait. Okay, I was making sure I didn't go like through. It looked like I was going into the eyeball, but I think the bottom of the box just doesn't have a hitbox, really. No! Don't poison me. No poison. Swiper, no swiping. The bowl doesn't... Okay. There better be something at the end of all this. Because the other one I went all the way to the end and then got to a dead end. They also showed more Tokon Fighting Souls, which looks really good. Then they announced a Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2, which has Metal Gear Solid 4 and Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, as well as the old Game Boy game. One of the old Game Boy games. And that's pretty exciting because these games were like locked in the PS3. So it's good to get a modern way to play them. Anything that we can get off the PS3, because the PS3 is definitely the hardest console to play nowadays, is really good. What in the flying ghoul? Ouch. No! No! Oh my god, I'm stuck. What? Bro, what? What is the... What? Okay. The camera angle is goofy. It's hard to tell where the platform is. They also showed this pretty cool Yacht Club Games game, which is the Shovel Knight creators, called Mina the Hollower, which I'm pretty interested in. Definitely looks like my style of game. And I really like the name, too. They announced a Neva prequel, which is pretty crazy, because the Neva is the game that came after Gris, and both of those kind of felt like one-offs. Like, kind of the whole point of the games is that they're like an emotional experience that you just kind of have, and that's it. They're not really games you would expect to have a sequel or like another game attached to them, but they're making a prequel to Neva, and it looks really good. Leave me alone. Soldier Hanky Flanky. Oh my, I'm free. Well, thank goodness I can finally wash my hair. I'll repay you with something that's absolutely wonderful, so come by and visit me. Is it a haircut? Hi. I should probably just go through this door, but I'm curious if there's anything over here. Some health. Old pipe. I'm gonna run out of space for all these items soon. Through that. This is crazy. It just keeps going and going. There we go. We got something. What else? They showed more Pragmata. They showed Project Windless, which is basically a Warriors style game, but you play as a giant rooster. It looks pretty awesome. Then Ubisoft went to their higher-ups and said, the stock prices are down 95%, what do we do? And they said, break the glass, and then they broke the glass on Rayman's legacy. And with a little shovel, they dug up Rayman's grave and pulled out a Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition. It's basically just Rayman 1, like, collection of, like, different versions of Rayman 1, which is fine, but, like, everyone's been begging for a new Rayman game ever since Legends was like the best game ever. And instead of making a good new Rayman, we just dig up the grave of Rayman 1, a game that is extremely hard and not really that well liked. Like it's liked as the first Rayman game, but the game itself is not great. So to bring this back as like a let's make money off of Rayman is really stupid in my opinion. But it is still kind of cool to get like a modern version of Rayman 1. It's just, of all the things to do with Rayman, that's like the last thing I would have wanted. They showed more Resident Evil Requiem, which is Resident Evil 9. They showed more Saros, which is the Returnal sequel, which I really don't like the direction they're going with Saros, but hopefully it's better than it looks. But I'm not a big fan of the direction. I really enjoyed Returnal for the story of being like alone on this alien planet and not knowing what's going on, and kind of the horror elements that they introduced with it. Saros just looks like another roguelike shooter. Like it looks like Risk of Rain. Like it doesn't look like it's got the Returnal flair at all. It's just Returnal again, but without the interesting story. But maybe it'll be better than it looks. And then they announced a new Silent Hill Townfall, which looks pretty cool. They showed more Star Wars Galactic Racer. They showed Yokai Shinobi Ops, which is a remake of the old Shinobi games, I think. Or like there was these like Yokoi games, which were like these top-down stealth games, I think. And this is like a remake of it. I'm not really sure. It looked kind of like the animation was kind of rough, but it could be good. And there were a couple other small things, mostly waifu games, or we were kind of making fun of this game that came out, or that they announced. It's called Beast of Reincarnation. So Beast of Reincarnation is being made by Game Freak, which like, huh? Very weird. Have they even made any games that weren't Pokemon games? Does there exist a Game Freak game that isn't Pokemon? They made the original Yoshi on NES. They made Drill Dozer. They made the original Mario and Wario. They made a game called Harmo Knight. They made a game called Little Town Hero. They made Pocket Card Jockey Ride On. They made an old Pulseman game. That's pretty much it. All they've ever made is Pokemon games. They are the Pokemon game company. So it is bizarre that they are making a like AAA game. But what's so bizarre about it is like there's this every couple of years a trend happens where everyone just copies this trend because it's popular. And the trend right now is the waifu in a big open world that's been like either post-apocalyptic or has some like really weird art style, or is like overgrown over years and years and years, and she needs to explore this alien world to find whatever. And then there's some either robot companion or pet companion or both. And they keep just like there's so many of these games now. And for Game Freak to finally break out of their mold of making Pokemon games to make something else, and the thing they make is like the most overdone thing ever. It's just so mind-boggling to me that I just can't even believe. I couldn't even believe what I was watching. Like, it doesn't even look bad, but it's just why? Like, why is this the thing you want to make? Like, I couldn't believe it.
Was that right? Guess I'll go back and check.
Uh-oh. I don't know if that was right. I don't know what I did. Yes, I'm very, very excited for the God of War remakes. Although, I am curious to see if it's going to be the OG style of like hack and slash, or if they're going to try to make it like new age God of War, but with the old age God of War story. Both of which okay, so yeah, we got one. Both of which I think could work, but I would prefer a return to the hack and slash style. But I will take the new God of War style if we get to relive the stories of God of War 1, 2, and 3 and like all the Greek mythology and stuff. Like, I'll take it. Not going to complain. I'm sure they would be great. And it's not like you can really complain about the new God of War games, given that they were both incredible. So, but yeah, I would love if they actually did anything that you make with this will have miraculous powers. Interesting. Shovel. Loot. So should I... 780 drams, wow. Okay, so the elk cloth is actually something to be used. Well, you know, the collections were basically that. The collections were basically just a upscale of the originals. And they're, I mean, I still highly recommend getting the God of War remastered trilogy and playing through God of War 1, 2, and 3. I think they're some of the best games ever made and still age really well today. Especially God of War 3. I was saying last night, I think everyone sleeps on God of War 3. I think a lot of people played 1 and 2 and then maybe started 3 and never finished it, or just never got around to playing 3, and man. And I think like the reviews at 2 were like God of War 1, 10 out of 10, God of War 2, 10 out of 10, God of War 3, 9 out of 10. But I don't know, I loved 3. I think 3 is maybe even... It's hard to say the best, because I think God of War 1 maybe is the best, but I think God of War 3 is as good, if not better than 2. It's really great. Okay, so let's go this way. Yeah, there's a PS3 collection with God of War 1 and 2. And then 3 is just standalone, I think. And then there's also a collection of the PSP games, and those are pretty good. They put the PSP games on PS3 with trophy support and stuff. And they're also very good. And then there's God of War Ascension, which gets kind of the short end of the stick. But I don't think Ascension was bad. It's just not up to standard with the others. But that's just saying it's not a 10 out of 10 video game. But I think they're still pretty good. Especially for PSP games. They're really impressive for PSP games. Oh god, the lag. Wait. Can I make this jump? Oh, great. Box puzzle's my favorite. I gotta be careful here. Wait. Okay. Looked like there was something over there. Yeah, it seems like the era of remakes and remasters is still not over, given that the biggest announcement of the State of Play was a remake. And, you know, Ubisoft's only announcement was a remaster. And also, like, Konami's big announcement was remaster collection. But I think we still got a ways to go before we're kind of out of games that people are going to be excited about to see redone again. What is this thing? Should I capture this thing? Sublime. Have an out-of-body experience and explore your surroundings. This is kind of cool. How's it going, Dash? Oh, I see. Jump. Okay. Yeah, this was obviously a childhood favorite of a lot of people because it was one of my most asked for games for my Let's Play series over the years. I never owned this game as a kid. Never even knew it existed. Didn't know about it until I played a demo disc. A PlayStation Underground demo disc that had a demo of this game. And then shortly after that, a lot of people asked for it. And now we're finally playing it. Oh, this doesn't help. I thought it was supposed to light up the room for me. Not sure why the first one lit up the room and this one didn't, unless you just have to be... Oh, I think I understand, actually. I think I went too far forward. I don't want to go back to work. Huh? Was I in big trouble? Gee, thanks for saving me. Goodbye. Oh yeah, big cheese. Nice. You missed solid trash talking you last night while we were watching the state of play. I invited Solid on to watch the state of play with me. What? And he used that time to trash talk you. I have no idea what I'm doing. But it's working, I guess. Can't trash talk me when I'm already trash. True. You got him. There's no coming back from that. The ultimate outplay. Okay, so right up, left up, left up. Ow, why, bro? Why do I keep getting hit while I'm doing this? Shouldn't he be dead? Right up, left up, left up, right, and then right up. Why is there a platform underneath? Helmet. Aha. Knight Chucks. Wow, I've been saved. It's a miracle. Thank you. My name is Knight Chucks. I'll teach you one of my special fencing techniques. Please come by the castle later. I forgot about my new techniques. Please don't take me like all the way to the start. Okay, good. Need to rest. I love this game. It has a built-in coffee break. Best thing about the game. I'm starting to wonder if I just missed something on that one side because all these other sides are going fine. Well, don't worry, it's going to be a while till you finish it because the trophies are kind of wild. I realized yesterday that the Diablo 3 Platinum's actually not going to take very much longer. I thought it was going to take a while to level up all the characters to 70. But turns out, with all the permabuff stuff, I was able to level up my first character to 70 in like 40 minutes. Not even. Okay, so there's got to be something I'm missing here, right? Like it bugged and gave it to you when you weren't even doing the minigame? Okay. But can I make this jump? I mean, I would say, like, the platforming isn't great. Thank you, Primer. But the game isn't really about the platforming. It's kind of just a fun bonus minigame, so... I don't remember what these guys give you, but I thought it was something negative, wasn't it? It's BO. Unexpectedly beneficial. How? How is it unexpectedly beneficial? Let go of me. Oh my god. Bro. He does so much damage. What? How did... Huh? How'd that happen? I'm so lost. Did I just kill a certain amount of enemies or what? I'm so lost. Ow. What is that? Can I hit this thing? Or is it just giving me light? Ow. I have no idea what's going on. Ow. Bailiff Jerky. Ahem. Looks as though I'm free. I am Bailiff Jerky. My hobby is agriculture, and I especially like growing rice. I also like telling puns. Last week, after changing the tires on my wagon, I got tired. Hoo-ha! Goodbye. That was awful. That wasn't even really a pun. Oh, you have to hit their dead body onto the button? Bro, this game never ceases to amaze me with its puzzles. I'm genuinely impressed with the scope of how you solve things in this game. Yeah, we've been in here for weeks. The whole village has been killed by ghouls by this point. Oh, great. Of course. Classic. Let's go knock. Ouch. Ouch. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Those bats holding lights? Like candles? Whoa. Whoa. Okay. This is a little perilous. This sends me all the way to the beginning of the dungeon. I'm gonna lose it. Ouch. Now the question is, does that other portal take me to the beginning of the dungeon, or does it take me to like a secret room or something? Ouch. What am I supposed to do here? Oh. It's crazy how massive this dungeon is. Because everything up to this point has been pretty small. My last cheese. Ow. Man, spikes do so much damage. Powder. I made it. Now here's the question. Do I go all the way back through there and take the other teleporters just in case there's like a secret room with a person to save? Or do those two just send you to the beginning of the dungeon? I think I'll probably pass on that, but there is a very good chance that one of those takes you to a secret room, because I could definitely see this game doing that.